Now at 5, 2 crime scenes, 2 victims, and a workers' union shaken after a deadly shooting overnight. We're live with thoughts from a person who knew everyone involved.
Meanwhile, shootings in Atlanta have a Madison area lawmaker pleading with all of us to do more to protect the public, specifically people of Asian descent.
Plus, a judge on the other side of justice. The latest on child pornography charges filed today in Dane County.
This is News 3 Now at 5.
And thanks for staying with us. For the second time in just over a year, a sprawling complex in southeastern Wisconsin is the site of a shooting. This time, instead of a brewery, it was a food distribution center in Oconomowoc.
Tonight, we know that 2 people are dead, as well as the suspected shooter. Adam Duxter joins us live from Roundy's distribution warehouse just off I-94 with what those who knew the victims are saying about this tonight. Adam?
We're told a sizable portion of the nearly 1,000 employees here at Roundy's had worked side by side for some 20, 30, some even 40 years. The union secretary calling it a family atmosphere, which is why he says what happened here last night is even more tragic. Shortly after 10:30 last night, police responded to Roundy's distribution warehouse in Oconomowoc for what they thought was a workplace accident.
This is something that it doesn't happen in Milwaukee.
And that's around the time Union Secretary Tom Bennett says he got a call too.
The information in social media was more than an industrial accident.
Shortly after, he says a union rep delivered the news. 2 of the workers in the warehouse were shot and killed. The longtime employees, Bennett says, were like a family. Shortly after, he learned the gunman, also an employee, was dead.
This has hit our family pretty hard, very, very hard. These workers at Roundy's have been putting in 14, 15, 18-hour days to serve their communities, right? They're essential workers. And they've been next to each other 7 days a week, 6 days a week for 18-hour days. And the emotions can rise and tensions can rise.
Tonight, police are not sharing much, but the complex is still closed to employees. A crime scene connected to another one 30 miles away, where police say the suspected shooter shot themselves after a car chase and crash.
That pursuit ended in the city of Milwaukee with a crash. Milwaukee PD will be the lead agency in that crash.
Bennett says tonight his focus is on allowing union members to grieve while also grieving himself and questioning why this had to happen.
We need to understand that this is not a perfect world we live in, and we have to respect each other, and we need to air our differences, but we need to do it in a fashion that we can bring solution.
Bennett says it's likely there was around 150 to 250 employees inside Roundy's last night at the time the shooting occurred. Well, it's not clear when exactly this facility will reopen to employees. Bennett said he's working on establishing grief counseling services for all employees that work here.
Adam Duxter live tonight. Adam, thank you. Meanwhile, a 21-year-old man is accused of shooting and killing 8 people at 3 Georgia spas. Tonight, he is charged with 8 counts of murder. 7 of the victims are women, 6 are Asian, but police say race may not have been his motive. Police say he told them something else.
Indicators that he has some issues, potentially sexual addiction, and may have frequented some of these places in the past.
We're not yet clear about the motive, but I do want to say to our Asian American community that we stand with you.
As a precaution, some police departments around the country have increased patrols in predominantly Asian communities.
What happened in Atlanta hits home for Asian communities here in Dane County as well. State Representative Francesca Hong said she was heartbroken and numb. She shared her candid thoughts on how we all need to come together to prevent this in the future.
That there are policy decisions that people have made that have caused environments to cause harm. Each one of us has the power to not only make ourselves better, but to make your neighbors better. Will always ultimately overcome hate.
Hong said she hopes other lawmakers join her in condemning this violence.
Well, one group is calling for immediate action. In a statement, the group Stop Asian American and Pacific Islander Hate says there have been nearly 3,800 reported hate incidents in the U.S. since March of last year. President Biden singled out violence and hate against Asian Americans during his primetime speech to the nation last week.
A cool and gloomy St. Patrick's Day today. Some parts of the area actually saw a little bit of rain and snow mix. Let's get a check on the forecast. Dana Fulton is on the patio. Hi, Dana.
Hey, it is a little rainy out on the patio right now. Still spitting out just enough that you're going to notice it. A good idea to have the umbrella on hand or make sure your windshield wipers are ready to go. Here's a live look at Platteville right now with their Queen Bee Radio Sky Cam. It's really been this picture for much of the day with the gray sky and raindrops just dotting across the camera. Our Doppler track bringing a steady band of rain right now through Madison and much of southern Wisconsin. Also seeing a little mixed precipitation in there with this cloud coverage still hanging out with us as we look at our visible cloud track. It has been cloudy all day. It'll likely stay cloudy through the evening and much of our overnight. Temperature-wise right now, it's a little chilly outside. Highs today barely climbing up through the 30s. 34 currently in Madison with our breeze coming in from the north-northeast at about 13 miles per hour. Now, we are expecting overnight to slowly get rid of this rainfall. It'll be a little cold for us overnight, but as we look ahead through the next 10 days, our temperatures will start to bounce right back up above average, and we could be pretty close to the 60s by the end of the weekend. We'll take a closer look at your full 10 days in just a few minutes.
All right, Dana, thank you. A missing Dane County teenager has been found safe after nearly a week. 15-year-old Tia Meggs was last seen leaving the parking lot of Wisconsin Heights High School on Thursday night, getting into a car of a person she knew. Boys and Girls Club of Dane County CEO Michael Johnson posted on Facebook this afternoon that Meggs had been found safe and was on her way home to her mother. Johnson announced a $5,000 reward on Tuesday to anyone who safely returned her home within 72 hours.
A Milwaukee County judge charged with having child pornography will likely soon be free on a signature bond, but he won't be back in a courtroom during the case. Brett Blumey appeared in Dade County Court via video today. He has homes in both the Madison and Milwaukee areas. The court entered not guilty pleas on his behalf. According to the complaint, Blumey used the messaging app Kik to share images and videos 27 different times between October and November. The video showed sexual acts being performed on children, including a toddler. The Wisconsin Supreme Court has temporarily suspended Blumey. He's expected to be back in court next month.
Sharing a photo on social and traditional media yesterday helped quickly identify two people Sauk County detectives want to speak with. The man in the middle and the woman have been identified. Detectives are still looking to learn the identity of the man on the left. They believe these people were witnesses to a homicide at Devil's Lake in October, but they are not suspects. 24-year-old John Schmutzer was attacked and killed while hiking on a trail there. Police think it was a random attack.
Fire destroys a home north of Wanakee this morning. Dane County deputies, along with several fire departments, responded to Oak Lane. This is in the town of Vienna. Just after 10:30 this morning, 9 workers from a nearby farm all got out safely. The house considered a total loss, so those people are getting some help finding a place to stay tonight. The sheriff's office hasn't yet been able to determine what caused that fire.
Another 33,000 COVID vaccine doses went to people across Wisconsin in the last day. That boosts our statewide total to 2,089,000. 1 in every 5 people in our state have received at least 1 dose of the vaccine. 1 in 8 are fully vaccinated. And in Dane County, more than 85,000 people are fully vaccinated. So far, about 12% of the U.S. population has received both shots.
Well, if you're eligible and looking for a vaccine, you might want to try the atrium at historic Lambeau Field. Governor Evers checked out that community vaccine site set up today. The Green Bay Packers, Bellin Health, and Brown County Public Health all teamed up to offer this clinic. They can currently vaccinate 6,000 people a week there. The site is open to the public, but it is not a walk-in clinic. People must have an appointment.
Like Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams going down the field and to the end zone, this is a team effort.
Well, the site will be open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. 7 days a week. The site could eventually expand capacity to 10,000 people per week.
The Department of Health and Human Services is expanding COVID-19 testing in schools. HHS says it will give $10 billion to states to help schools test teachers, students, and staff and exposed to the virus. The funds are from the COVID relief bill. President Biden's goal is to reopen a majority of schools in the U.S. for in-person learning within his first 100 days in office.
First batch of stimulus payments has gone out. About 90 million payments have been dispersed so far. The first group to get the money includes people who provided direct deposit information to the IRS on recent tax returns. About 150,000 paper checks have also been mailed out. In all, about $242 billion have been paid. Individuals earning under $75,000 and married couples making less than $150,000 will get the full amount, $1,400 each.
The pandemic hasn't stopped some major construction projects around Madison, and that includes a first-of-its-kind concept, a home for service members, past and present, and Dry Hooch's new headquarters. Today, only our cameras were allowed inside as local veterans toured the facility that they will soon move into. Once the project is complete, known as the Valor, it will be the largest housing and service development for veterans and their families in the country. It will offer 59 affordable 2- and 3-bedroom units, a community room, and a playground. Most importantly, it will be a place where veterans can speak and be heard.
Across the board, thank you for this service is a great thing. But the other thing that we're probably going to be cognizant about is listening. You know, the veteran may have something to speak to. And if you take that moment after that, thank you for your service, and listen to what he has to say. Yeah, it makes a big difference.
That's why the first floor of the building will be home to a community coffee shop. We'll talk more about that and what you'll see inside the new development coming up tonight at 6. The state assembly has approved a bill that would allow bars and restaurants to sell cocktails to go. The bipartisan measure has been pushed by bar and restaurant owners since the pandemic began as another way for struggling businesses to attract customers. Under the bill, any Class B alcohol license holder could sell mixed drinks and wine by the glass to go. Drinks could be sold for pickup only, not delivery. More than 30 states have similar laws. The proposal now heads to the Senate.
There is more to come on News 3 Now at 5. Up next, the IRS may be delaying the tax filing deadline. Tell you how much extra time you may be getting. And coming up tonight at 6, why more than 9,000 people in a single workplace in Dane County are now eligible for their vaccinations. We'll have that story at 6. And the markets all making some green on this St. Patty's Day. The Dow up 189. NASDAQ jumps more than 53. The S&P adds 11. And we'll be right back.
Tonight on CBS, the competition heats up on an all-new Tough as Nails, followed by the CBS special, A Grammy Salute to the Sounds of Change. Then get a complete wrap-up of the day's news on News 3 Now at 10.
Celebrate Ashley Home Store's anniversary sale with our biggest scratch and save event ever. Come in today for special buys and doorbusters up to 50% off. Plus, no interest financing for 60 months. Then stop in store for your scratch-off card and win exclusive bonus offers. Ashley Home Store.
There's been much debate about the Mona Lisa smile. Would it have been bigger and brighter if she'd had good dental care? Maybe if Physicians Mutual Insurance Company had been around back then, it'd be a different story. She could have gone to the dentist more, knowing she'd have help paying the bills. And those regular checkups might have found early signs of tooth decay or gum disease, costly problems that could keep anyone from smiling. Physicians Mutual offers affordable coverage that can help pay for cleanings and unexpected or expensive procedures you might need, like crowns or dentures. This is real dental insurance, not just a discount plan or for checkups only. There are no deductibles, and there's no annual maximum. Plus, you can see any dentist you want. Call or go online today for a free information kit from Physicians Mutual. Get the dental care you need to help you stay healthy. For your free information kit with all the details, call us now or go to sendinfokit.com.
Joe Parisi knows that people in our community sometimes lack basic needs like food and shelter.
Joe Parisi partnered with local schools to build the only school-based mental health program of its kind in the state.
Joe Parisi has preserved thousands of acres that the public can enjoy forever.
That's why he brings nonprofits and people together to solve those problems.
Thank you, Joe, for caring about the well-being of our children.
Thanks, Joe.
Thank you, Joe, for your commitment to preserving green spaces that we can all get outside and play in.
There are endless ways to see the world. But when it comes to actually getting there and experiencing every soul-changing corner of it, there's only one. The Jeep Cherokee.
Right now, get 0% APR financing for 84 months or $4,750 total cash allowance on select 2021 Jeep Cherokee models.
Celebrate Furniture and Appliance Mart's Anniversary Appliance Blowout. Shop in-store or online and save up to 43% off in-stock special buys, like side-by-side fridges for $849 and special no-interest financing at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley Home Store off the Beltline.
Lee and I are getting ready for March Madness by eating some super spicy wings.
Oh, yeah. See who can handle the heat in our first ever News 3 Now this morning Wing Challenge. We'll see you starting at 4:30.
When it comes to weather, only one thing really matters: accuracy.
Only one station can be the best.
News 3 Now. First Warn Weather has the most accurate forecast, according to Weather Rate.
Count on First Warn Weather for your most accurate forecast.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Violent extremists motivated by political grievances and racial biases pose an elevated threat to the U.S. That's according to an unclassified intelligence report released more than 2 months after a violent mob of insurrectionists stormed the Capitol. The assessment was made in a report released today by the Office of the Director of National Intelligence, and it echoes warnings of the threat made by U.S. officials, including FBI Director Christopher Wray.
You may get an extra month to pay your dues to Uncle Sam this year. The IRS plans to delay the tax filing deadline until mid-May. The officials say the government wants to give Americans more time because the pandemic has made taxes more complicated for some. But the IRS is also swamped with its workload right now. The service is still processing millions of 2020 tax returns, while at the same time sending out a new round of stimulus checks and dealing with new unemployment benefits and expanded child tax credits. But keep in mind, even if the IRS gives you more time, state taxes in most cases are still due by April 15th.
A judge has dismissed 2 jurors who had been seated for the trial of a former Minneapolis officer in George Floyd's death. Judge Peter Cahill acted today after recalling 7 jurors for fresh questioning over fears they'd been tainted by the city's announcement last week of that $27 million settlement to George Floyd's family. Former officer Derek Chauvin's attorney had requested that recall. He's also requested a delay in the trial, which Judge Cahill is considering. The judge has said opening statements for March 29th that the earlier but dismissal of some of the jurors already seated risked imperiling that date.
The crisis at the border continues as the U.S. is now on pace to stop more migrants crossing the southern border than at any point in the last 20 years. Testifying before Congress for the first time since his confirmation, Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas faced Republican critics calling the situation a crisis. He testified most adults and families are being turned away under a pandemic-related health rule, but not children who are arriving alone. CBS News has learned there are more than 13,000 children in U.S. custody.
We're addressing the numbers while we rebuild our capabilities nearly from scratch, while we rebuild lawful pathways that the law provides.
The administration is scrambling to open new sites to house the children that are already here, including the convention center in Dallas.
Well, it's kind of a nasty day out there for us with some rain coming down now. And your First Warn forecast meteorologist Dana Fulton really keeping an eye on what's happening down south. Really nasty down there, Dana.
Absolutely. Neighbors to the south picking up quite an active weather day with right now tornado watches extending through much of Mississippi, Alabama, and into Georgia. Severe thunderstorm warnings and tornado warnings also for parts of the deep south as these lines continue to pass through, and that's going to be the scene for them through the rest of this evening. For us, it's been a very gray day, a very drizzly day. Few opportunities for a little mixed precipitation in there. Eric just said he might have seen some graupel out there early this morning. We had some sleet at my house early this morning. Right now out on the backyard patio for us, the station, we do have just light rain, but I wouldn't be surprised if some folks north of Dane County right now are seeing just a little light snow or a little mix coming down. This will be the scene for us for the next few hours. We'll continue to have a chance for light rain or light snow showers overnight before we get a little bit of drying up for tomorrow, and then the sunshine will return by the weekend. So overnight and into early tomorrow morning, we still have the shower chances. Tomorrow, as the system really pulls away, it is going to be windy outside. Wind speeds will be anywhere from 20 to 30 miles per hour, and those wind gusts could easily climb well into the mid to upper 30s. For the end of the week and the weekend, though, we'll be back to sunshine. We'll back off a little bit on those wind speeds, and temperature-wise, in a really comfortable spot. It'll be milder outside for Friday, Saturday, and for Sunday. For tomorrow, we do have wind advisories in effect for Rock, Greene, and Jefferson counties. That extends to the east and to the south as those wind speeds are really going to pick up again in the afternoon. That's going to come along with maybe a little bit of clearing, but likely going to hold on to the cloud coverage for much of the day. These showers will continue through the evening. As we get closer to midnight, much of the rain chance is going to stay south and east of Dane County. For early tomorrow morning, a slight chance for maybe a lingering shower or mixed snow shower, but much of this is going to stay cloudy through the early morning. In the afternoon, high temperatures will be climbing up through the 40s, and it is going to be windy outside again with those wind speeds really picking up for us. For Friday, we'll be back to sunshine. It'll be a little cooler outside early in the day. High temperatures will be in the 20s. Afternoon highs will climb to the upper 40s. Likely we'll be trending above average with our precipitation in that 6 to 10 day outlook, and above average with our temperatures. We're going to see some milder temperatures next week, but we're also going to see a few opportunities for some rain and potentially some isolated thunderstorms to build in a really spring-like pattern for us. Tomorrow, 44 the high. Again, cloudy outside with possibly a mixed early in the day, just a slight chance. Otherwise, windy for us through the afternoon. Mid-40s tomorrow, upper 40s on Friday, and we're back to the 50s by the weekend. Mid-50s for Saturday, partly sunny on Sunday, and close to 60 degrees. We will stay close to 60 degrees for the start of the work week, Monday and Tuesday in the upper 50s, as we have our next system bringing in a chance for some showers and isolated thunderstorms. By the middle of the week, we back off just a little bit with high temperatures in the mid-50s with a few slight chances for rain, but again, the opportunity to pick up a little more rain building in. That's going to continue to make things just a little sloppy and a little muddy outside. And as far as sloppy conditions on the roads, a few delays along the Beltline, especially eastbound and westbound, it looks like right after the split for 151. No accidents to report downtown, and downtown Janesville right now looks fairly smooth. The interstate from Dane County through Rock County, north and southbound, looks pretty good at this hour. From Janesville to the Beltline, about 26 minutes. 16 minutes to get from Sauk City to Middleton and Sun Prairie to downtown. Right where we should be at this time, about a 9-minute drive this evening. That's a quick look at traffic.
I'm just glad you let me say, you said graupel.
Graupel. I did. You were excited about that.
That's a cool word. Very excited about it. Thank you, Dana. Ahead at 5, it's St. Patrick's Day. We'll tell you how you can celebrate the Irish holiday locally. That's next at 5.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Get more enjoyment from your outdoor space with patio enclosures. Right now, get up to $6,500 off your sunroom. Plus, no interest if paid in full by September 2022. Call today. Patio enclosures.
Celebrate Furniture and Appliance Mart's Anniversary Appliance Blowout. Shop in-store or online and save up to 43% off in-stock special buys, like side-by-side fridges for $849 and special no-interest financing at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley Home Store off the Beltline.
Update your home with Shaw Flooring from Menards. Choose from a great selection of easy-to-install and waterproof vinyl plank, durable laminate flooring, or soft and luxurious carpet. Royal Frisé carpet has a lifetime stain warranty and is $149 a square foot after 11% rebate. Plus, get free carpet pad after rebate. Save on Shaw Flooring and start your next project today with 11% off everything. Right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Wisconsin is a home of workers. We know what needs to get done, and we do it. Yet, we've been hit hard. some harder than others. Our contact may be limited, but we still can lift each other up. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we want you to know we're here to help.
Over 10 years ago, we made a promise to redefine everything a truck can be. And while we've made good on that promise by winning back-to-back Motor Trend Truck of the Year awards, the work is never done.
During Ram Truck Month, hurry in and get 0% APR financing for 72 months, plus $4,000 total bonus cash on the 2021 Ram 1500. Visit ram.com and see your local Ram dealer today.
Every child, no matter their zip code, should have access to a great public education. As a former teacher and superintendent, I know what it takes. I've led schools to high student achievement, I've expanded preschool, and I've balanced budgets. My opponent can't be trusted. She's backed by Scott Walker, and she tried to cover up a $500,000 financial scandal. Our kids deserve better. I'm Jill Underly. As state superintendent, I'll always do what's best for our kids.
Celebrate Ashley Home Store's anniversary sale with our biggest scratch and save event ever. Come in today for special buys and doorbusters up to 50% off. Plus, no interest financing for 60 months. Then stop in store for your scratch-off card and win exclusive bonus offers. Ashley Home Store.
Get more enjoyment from your outdoor space with patio enclosures. Right now, get up to $6,500 off your sunroom. Plus, no interest if paid in full by September 2022. Call today. Patio enclosures.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Well, another week, another postponed match for the top-ranked volleyball team in the nation. The Badgers announced their matchup with Minnesota for tomorrow has been postponed again due to COVID cases and injuries on the Gopher team. The two teams are scheduled to meet on Sunday, but that game is still up in the air as well. The Badgers haven't played a game since February 21st. They are currently 10-0 on the season.
It's St. Patrick's Day, of course, and many local Irish pubs are finding ways to celebrate today. Makasi's Pub on State Street in Madison is holding its annual St. Patrick's Day celebration by serving Guinness. They're serving Guinness beef stew served over potatoes and cabbage, an Irish patty melt, which the famous Reuben sandwich, and of course, Irish beer and whiskey.
It's a nice way for people to get together and kind of share our traditions, and a little commiserating this year more than usual, but it's still, St. Patrick's Day is still a great day to be Irish, especially in Wisconsin.
Makasi's Pub has outdoor seating as well as limited indoor seating for guests looking to enjoy the holiday. The pub will be serving its Irish-American specialties until they run out.
And the White House has added a little pop of green to its prestigious property in honor of St. Patrick's Day. The water in the fountain on the White House North Lawn was dyed green today. Happens every year to commemorate the cultural celebration. President Biden will take part in several events in honor of the day. First, he attended a St. Patrick's Day Mass at his church in Wilmington, Delaware. He'll also host a virtual meeting with Ireland's Prime Minister and take part in a traditional Shamrock Bowl ceremony.
And of course, the famous Chicago River is green today for St. Patrick's Day. The river has been green for a few days, actually. The city unexpectedly dyed the river on Saturday morning, and it wasn't publicized in order to prevent gatherings. The city has been dyeing the river every year since 1962.
And stay with us for a final check of your First Warn forecast in just a moment.
High Point Steakhouse, Southern Wisconsin's premier supper club. You can still enjoy our award-winning steak dinners with our new takeout and delivery service. We call it the High Point Steakhouse. Call in your order today.
Wild Easttown Honda is Wisconsin's Dealer of the Year. Save with 0% financing for up to 60 months on over 400 new Hondas at Wild Easttown Honda in Madison. It's gotta be wild.
Erectile dysfunction for men of all ages has become much more common. In fact, most men don't realize that 90% of erectile dysfunction is a direct result of broken down old blood vessels. This causes a lack of blood flow that is critical when achieving an erection. With our state-of-the-art technology, we're able to stimulate new stem cell growth right in our office with no pills, no needles, no surgery, and no pain.
To book your consultation and get back to natural functionability, call Peak Performance for Men today.
Oh, baby, I
What do you think?
I love it.
It shouldn't take a storm of biblical proportions to find out who you can count on. It shouldn't take a 4-foot diameter oak tree in your kitchen to find out who you can trust. It shouldn't take the worst to bring out our best. But sometimes it does. And that's the silver lining.
I was just a kid when I first went with my dad on a job. I was replacing windows back when long hair was in. And by the time I took over for my dad, I had a little bit less on my head and a lot more on my face. Look at that stash. Wow. I'm Scott the Window Guy from AHT Wisconsin Windows. The times sure have changed, but our quality hasn't. Get $225 off per window at scottthewindowguy.com. Did Scott the Window Guy wear a powder blue tux to his wedding? You bet your glass he did.
At Wild Easttown Honda, lease a new all-wheel drive HR-V for $189. That's $189 and absolutely zero due at signing. Save on over 400 new Hondas at Wild Easttown Honda in Madison. It's gotta be wild.
High Point Steakhouse, Southern Wisconsin's premier supper club. You can still enjoy our award-winning steak dinners with our new takeout and delivery service. We call it the High Point Steakout. Call in your order today.
Coming up on the CBS Evening News, breaking news, the deadly shooting rampage at 3 spas in Georgia. 8 people dead. Why this former church-going man is blaming his sex addiction for targeting the spas. Plus, millions in the path of dangerous tornadoes tonight as the National Weather Service issues a rare high-level warning. And the big news tonight about the new tax deadline. We've got that and more news tonight here on the CBS Evening News.
Well, let's go back to Dana for a final check on the forecast.
Tomorrow we're going to hold on to that cloud coverage. It's also going to be a little windy outside with a slight chance for some mix early in the day. High temperatures will be in the mid-40s. Friday and Saturday, we're back to mostly sunny skies. Upper 40s on Friday, mid-50s on Saturday. And for Sunday, close to 60 degrees. A few spring showers expected next week.
Well, more updates in 30 minutes on News 3 Now at 6. CBS Evening News coming your way next with Nora O'Donnell. Stay tuned.